Recently, I was asked by a vet to do some pictures of his pet care clinic. And when I met him, he wasn't too sure about what he exactly wanted it to have in the pictures. Um, but nevertheless, after some discussion, it turned out to be that he wanted to have openness, professionalism, and the care for animals. And he wanted to have it at a low threshold level so people would easily step in and not be afraid of it being a doctor or something like that. So I decided to engage on the shoot with animal actors. So a dog, a cat, and a kid. Not that a kid is the same as a dog, but they all have a very great cuddling factor. And that's exactly what I wanted to have. Now, selecting the dog or the animal wasn't that easy because I needed a dog that was gentle, reliable, obedient, and that could do a couple of tricks and that could get used to the environment that he had to work in, the people, the smells of a vet hospital. It isn't all that obvious. So there are many brands of dogs in the world, and they're all good dogs. There are no bad dogs. There's only bad people. Nevertheless, there's this opinion in the world that certain breeds are bad, and it's not the case. So because of that, I decided to go for a nice, lovely breed. And I turned out to be a border collie. And they are kind of nice, smart, very agile, and that could be sometimes a bit of a problem, but very well trainable. So I invited a owner of a border collie and for a meet and greet meeting at my place. And you want to see how the dog is, how good he or she listens. If she has the stigma and the character to act in a picture, but also if she isn't or he isn't afraid of your flashlights and your camera, because things can be quite hectic when you do shooting. So the first dog I had wasn't that good. I mean, he was very agile. I mean, after all, they are sheep herding dogs, and that dog really had it in him. And he was a bit too nervous, I think, too energetic, so we decided not to go for that one. The second owner that came along, he had the perfect dog. I mean, she was quiet, obedient, I mean, really nice, black and white and lovely. So we decided to go for it, and I invited the dog into the vet's clinic just to see how she would react. It's like kids, right? They are really afraid to go to the dentist. Well, some dogs actually do freak out once they're in a vet clinic or they see a vet or they even smell a vet. So I wanted to make sure that there was no problem with that. So we did visit the vet hospital and it turned out to be great. The dog wasn't afraid of anything. We let her run loose for about an hour. She could sniff around, do whatever she wanted to. Now, the good thing was that the owner had a second dog. And he came along. Not that he would participate in the pictures, but it helps. It gives kind of a peaceful thing to the other dog. It's like a rest assured that everything is okay. And that's good. So if you can find one with more one dog that know each other, then, take the other dog along. Let it run around. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, so we agreed to the final shooting day. At the final shooting day, it's important that you invite the people and the animals at least 1 hour in advance before you even start. People and animals have to socialize. Let everybody socialize with each other. Now, the dog has to be relaxed. So it's always good to ask the trainer of the dog to do some exercises before, so it can get rid of all the excess energy that it might actually have. So the dog arrived and it was great. So the first thing you do then is you do a rehearsal of all the scenes. You know the spots where you want to take the picture because you've been there before, you spotted it before, you planned it all. So put the people in the place, put everything else that you need to use there so it looks like the real shoot, but don't shoot. Don't worry about your lights, don't worry about your camera. Just put everything together, scene by scene. And the last thing you do in every scene is you put the dog on a spot. Ask the trainer to put the dog on the table, to put him on the ground, and then tell him whatever he had to do, lay down, sit, whatever. And then have the dog trainer to step away wherever you want to have him because the eyes of the dog will follow him. So you need to tell the trainer where to stand. So once that went well, then you go on to the next scene. You haven't taken pictures yet. Once you've done it all, everybody knows the routine. The dog is kind of used to it. Have a few minutes to play with the dog, and then you start at the first scene. You put up your lights. No people, no dogs, no nothing. Just put up the lights. Adjust the lights. Put your camera up. Put it on a tripod and focus wherever you want to have the focus. Once you've got the focus, that's it. Now you can start placing the people in the picture. So the vets, they come into the picture. You make sure that they have the right attributes on. And they should know the routine. They should know what they wear normally for the different setups. And at the last moment, you bring in the dog. Because dogs are not very patient. So try to keep the time that you have the dog in the scene as short as possible. Have the trainer to place the dog in the scene, and then have the trainer to step away and place the trainer in a place where you want them to have, where you want the dog to look at. That's very important because the dog will follow the trainer. So if you want to have the dog looking down, have the trainer sitting next to you low to the ground. And then you wait for the right moment. And patience is everything in this kind of shoot. So wait for the right moment until the dog has the right expression. Everything else in the picture should be frozen. The actor should be standing still, waiting for the right moment as well. And then you shoot. And that's done. If the dog doesn't do what you want it to do, don't force it. Don't be rude. Don't be mean to him. Don't yell at him. Just tell him, okay, boy, get out the scene, let him run around, play a bit with him, and try it again. And this is how you carry on from scene to scene. It really works well, but you have to be patient. Now, if you don't like dogs, then don't even try this. If you don't like animals, then don't even try this. If you're afraid of animals, don't try this because it's not going to work. This is how I shoot animals in my pictures. Thank you for listening to me.